Oh, hello there. I'm Mr. Lowe, and you've probably been set a homework by me to complete this sheet. This is a recap of Weimar and sort of the Nazi Germany course from roughly about 1918 through to about 1932. Hitler's not Chancellor yet, we're not getting that dramatic Nazi stuff. This is just the basics from 1918 to 1932. How are we looking at it? Well, we're looking at it as sort of like two pathways, effectively. The blue arrow, which is a bit lighter on your sheet, represents the Weimar Republic, the ups and the downs. Now, you'll notice, of course, the Nazi Party, who are red, they mirror, in a way, the Weimar Republic. When there's problems for the Weimar Republic, for democracy, the Nazis, the extremist party, starts to do a bit better. Similarly, along here you can see when the Weimar Republic is at its peak, when it's really, really popular, the extremist parties are down, unpopular at the bottom of this sort of table I've created here. We're going to recap and remember why, and this is the homework for you to fill in. Feel free to pause the video whenever you want, and of course, if you're stuck, come and see your history teacher. Let's dive straight in. Well, the first thing we need to look at is why do we go straight from 1918 to this immediate downturn for these first 5 years? Well, it comes to this. We've got 5 problems that immediately hit the Weimar Republic, the Weimar government. The stab in the back myth, the idea that they are responsible for the failure in World War I. The Treaty of Versailles, that really unpopular treaty they had to sign in 1919. The constant political challenges inside the Reichstag, the German parliament, and the violence, the putsches, the uprisings on the streets outside. The invasion of the Ruhr by the French, and finally number 5, hyperinflation, when the money becomes worthless almost overnight. So that is our first time period. Stay there, I'm going to grab a pen. We're talking from 1918 down to 1923, and things are getting really bad for the Weimar government. At this time, a young corporal, Adolf Hitler, he's joined the DAP, the German Workers' Party, and over the similar sort of period, these 5 years from 1918 through to 1923, he's going to grow the power and support of the DAP and make it into the Nazi Party. How does he do this? Well, again, we've got about 5 ways that Hitler makes more control, or takes over more control of the Nazi Party, and it adds to its popularity. We've got the party policy, his very famous 25-point programme, where he shapes the policy of the party. Hitler's personal appeal, his oratory skills. The organisation, the renaming of it from DAP to NSDAP, to the Nazi Party. Organisation might also include the swastika becoming their official flag, or the famous one-arm salute. We've also got the changes that Hitler makes to the party leadership, putting his friends, people from all aspects of society, in key positions, strengthening his leadership. And finally the SA, the Sturmabteilung, the brown shirts, who he uses to back him militarily. So, coming up next, we've got this part here, and then we're looking probably around about 1923. And something big's going to happen in 1923. The first thing is the Nazis. What are they going to do? They're going to launch the Munich Putsch. Here we go. If we're looking at your homework sheet, or on this bottom box here. The Munich Putsch. Hitler launches an uprising to try and violently take over the whole of Germany. Well, it fails. Next up, we get straight into the Nazi lean years, 24 to 29. You can see, we go back to our homework sheet, the Nazi support from its high point in 23 is going right down. We get 5 years where no one really cares about the Nazis. People aren't interested. I'll tell you why in a moment. So as the Nazis are going down in popularity, Hitler's reorganising the party. He writes his famous book, Mein Kampf. He reorganises the structure into different districts. He puts together another group called the SS, and finally, at the Bamberg conference, he really makes it clear this is going to be a nationalistic party, and he gets rid of any rivals and says, I'm the clear leader. Meanwhile, let's go back to our thing. While in this period here, and again, I'm with my trusty pen, we're talking 1923 down to about 1929, as the Nazis become less and less popular, the Weimar Republic, our blue arrow, is having a great time. These are called the golden years for the Weimar Republic, when things are going really well. Down to a very famous man, I've mentioned him loads of times, it's Gustav Stresemann. What does Gustav Stresemann do? He does 6 things. and this is for your Why Does the Weimar Republic Improve box. He does 6 amazing things. 3 of them are linked to economic recovery, a new banking currency, the Dawes Plan and the Young Plan. One about loans from the US, one about reducing the reparations payments. Also, we get an improvement in foreign relationships. The Locarno Pact, which again makes Germany accepted within Europe, accepting those controversial borders. The League of Nations, Germany is now part of the Cool Kids Club in Europe. And the Kellogg-Briand Pact. Again, a pact, a treaty that Germany is invited to sign as an equal, not enforced upon them. So for all these reasons, in this period from again back 23 up to 1929, I'll put it up here, Nazis, no one cares, they're right down here, no one's listening to them, and the Weimar Republic is in a strong place. Democracy is safe. 2 things are going to happen, 2 terrible events in 1929. October the 3rd, Gustav Stresemann, that amazing Chancellor, he dies, heart attack, he's gone. That amazing guy who brought Germany back from the brink is gone. Second thing, end of October, the Wall Street crash. This is going to have dramatic implications for the whole of Germany. It's going to plunge us into a Great Depression. So, we're on to the last part of our table now. And we've got, from 29 to 32, we get a complete reversal. From 29, the Wall Street crash, we're going to go the Weimar Republic straight down in popularity as the Nazis rise up like an evil phoenix from the evil flames. What are the reasons for it? Well, we divide it into 2 teams. One team says it was the Nazis' own actions that made them popular, and the other team says, nah, they were helped by events they had no control over. With this one first. 4 reasons the Nazis made themselves more popular between 29 and 32. Hitler's leadership skills, we've talked about this before. Nazi promises and appeal. They make themselves popular for all aspects of society, all ages, all races. That's not quite correct. Not all races, they're very racist. For all ages and for both genders. Organisation. They make themselves very, very structured in terms of how they can get their message across. And finally, the Nazi propaganda machine, headed by Joseph Goebbels, swings into action. But the other team says it's nothing to do with any of this. The real reason the Nazis go up in popularity is the events and circumstances they had no control over. Things like the Wall Street crash and the Great Depression, which spreads around the world. This fear of communism and the Nazis being seen as the only alternative. And finally, the weak opposition. Rubbish leaders in Germany. Rubbish leaders after Stresemann's death who can't actually save Germany. That's your homework. We're going back to this one. Remember, watch again if you need to. You need to fill every single one of those boxes with those subheadings. Make sure you know how things go up and down in Weimar Republic and Nazi Germany.